Good morning, ladies, and happy Monday. Let's go. Rise on up. It's the start of a brand new week, let alone not just a brand new week, the last 2 days of 2024. It has been a year. I'm grateful because what we started off with, Genesis, we are now halfway through the book, the Job. Didn't completely finish my 2024 goals, but I definitely made a dent into what I would procrastinate every year on doing. And let me tell you, Job was a fitting book to end in 2024 because it is now time for 2025 to have faith like Job. Have faith like Job. I'm a young man. Motherhood is changing for me. Life is changing. But I'm good. I'm all here for the changes, which is why 2025 has to be a year of Job-like faith. Job-like faith and building his kingdom, because in reality, you definitely reap what you sow. Comes around, goes around, and my kids' future, my grandkids' future, the generational curses that want to try to stay will not be here any longer. So 2025, great things to come, and I am all here and ready for them. But Job, Bucks did great yesterday. Working from the house today and tomorrow, and then off the remainder of the week, but I am feeling good. Job chapters 15, 16, and 17 is what we'll be going over. And verse 1 goes like this. Eliphaz accuses Job of folly. This is where we're going to be starting. Verse 1. Then Eliphaz the Temanite answered and said, should a wise man answer with empty knowledge and fill himself with east wind? Should he reason with unprofitable talk, or by speeches with which he can do no good? Yes, you can cast off fear and restrain prayer before God, for your iniquity teaches your mouth, and you choose the tongue of the crafty. Your own mouth condemns you, and not I. Yes, our own lips testify against you. Are you the first man who was born, or were you made before the hills? Have you heard the counsel of God? Do you limit wisdom to yourself? What do you know that we do not know? What do you understand that is not in us? Both the gray-haired and the aged are among us, much older than your father. Verse 11, are the consolations of God too small for you, and the words spoken gently with you? Why does your heart carry you away, and what do your eyes wink at? That you turn your spirit against God and let such words go out of your mouth. What is man that he could be pure? And he who is born of a woman that he could be righteous. If God puts no trust in his saints, and the heavens are not pure in his sight, how much less man, who is abominable and filthy, who drinks iniquity like water? I will tell you, hear me. What I have seen, I will declare. What wise men have told me, not hiding anything received from their fathers, to whom alone the land was given, and no alien passed among them. Verse 20, the wicked man writhes with pain all his days, and the number of years is hidden from the oppressor. Dreadful sounds are in his ears, and prosperity the destroyer comes upon him. He does not believe that he will return from the darkness, for a sword is waiting for him. He wanders about for bread, saying, where is it? He knows that a day of darkness is ready at his hand. Trouble and anguish make him afraid. They overpower him like a king ready for a battle. For he stretches out his hand against God and acts defiantly against the Almighty, running stubbornly against him with his strong and boast shield. Verse 27, though he has covered his face with his fatness and made his waist heavy with fat, he dwells in desolate cities, in houses which no one inhabits, which are destined to become ruins. He will not be rich, nor will his wealth continue, nor will his possessions overspread the earth. He will not depart from the darkness. The flame will dry out his branches, and by the breath of his mouth he will go away. Let him not trust in futile things, deceiving himself, for futility will be his reward. It will be accomplished before his time, and his branch will not be green. He will not shake off his unripe grape like a vine, and cast off his blossom like an olive tree. Verse 34, for the company of hypocrites will be barren, and the fire will consume the tents of bribery. They will conceive trouble and bring forth futility. Their womb prepares deceit. Now, Job reproaches his pitiless friends in chapter 16, verse 1. Then Job answered and said, I have heard many such things. Miserable comforters are you all. Shall words of wind have an end? Or what provokes you that you answer? I also could speak as you do. If your soul were in my soul's place, I could head up words against you and shake my head at you. But I would strengthen you with my mouth, and the comfort of my lips will relieve your grief. Verse 6, though I speak, my grief is not relieved. And if I remain silent, how am I eased? But now he has worn me out. You have made desolate all my company. You have shriveled me up, and it is a witness against me, and my leanness rises up against me and bears witness to my face. He tears me in his wrath. He tears me in his wrath and hates me. He gnashes at me with his teeth. My adversary sharpens his gaze on me. Verse 10, they gape at me with their mouth. They strike me reproachfully on the cheek. They gather together against me. God has delivered me to the ungodly and turned me over to the hands of the wicked. I was at ease, but he has shattered me. He has also taken me from my neck and shaken me to pieces. He has sent me up for his target. His archers surround me. He pierces my heart and does not pity. He pours out my gall on the ground. He breaks me with wound upon wound. He runs me like a warrior. Verse 15, I have sewn sackcloth over my skin and laid my hand in the dust. My face is flushed from weeping, and on my eyelids in the shadow of death, although no violence is in my hands, and my prayer is pure. O earth, do not cover my blood, and let me cry, have no resting place. Surely even now my witness is in heaven, and my evidence is on high. My friends scorn me, my eyes pour out tears to God. Oh, that one night plead for a man with God, as a man pleads for his neighbor. For when a few years are finished, I shall go the way of no return. Now he's going to pray for relief. Chapter 17, verse 1. My spirit is broken. My days are extinguished. The grave is ready for me. Are not mockers with me? And does not my eye dwell on their provocation? Now put down a pledge for me with yourself. Who is he who will shake hands with me? For you have hidden their heart from understanding, therefore you will not exalt them. He who speaks flattery to his friends, even the eyes of his children will fail. But he has made verse 6, but he has made a byword of the people, and I have become one in whose face men spit. My eye has also grown dim because of sorrow, and all my members are like shadows. Upright men are astonished at this, and the innocent stirs himself up against the hypocrite. Yet the righteous will hold to his way, and he who has clean hands will be stronger and stronger. But please come back again, all of you, for I shall not find one wise man among you. My days are past, my purposes are broken off, even the thoughts of my heart. They change the night into day, the light is near, they say in the face of the darkness. If I wait for the grave as my house, if I make my bed in the darkness, if I say to corruption, you are my father, and to the worm, you are my mother and my sister, where then is my hope? As for my hope, who can see it? Verse 16, will they go down to the gates of Sheol? Shall we have rest together in the dust? And that is all for today's Bible study. Job is going through it, man. Job lost his children. Job is being everything that he has loved. He's being forced out by the enemy because God is testing his faith. God is testing his faith and whether or not he's going to be cursed. And Job is staying true to not cursing God's name as much as he'd like to. I'm sure. But Job is staying with faith. So in the tough moments, hang on to faith. If we believe as believers that Christ came to the cross, dying, saving our sins, and he is to rise again one day, then have faith like Job. Have faith, period. He will redeem everything. He is the gatekeeper of all. And trust me, any trial or tribulation you may be going through right now, I assure you with my testimonies that I would be happy to share with you, you can do it. Don't give up. He is with you no matter what. So let's have a blessed week. Let's have a blessed day, and talk to you soon.